It's too much going on. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. I wanted to come down here and talk about some Bravo hot topics, okay? It's so much going on. I wanted to come down here yesterday, but to be honest with you, I tried to record a video and I really wasn't feeling it. And so I'm just getting in from the gym. I'm in a good mood. By the time y'all get the video, it'll be later because I'm probably going to edit it and cut some stuff out or whatever because I just want to talk. Okay? First, we got to talk about Mary Cosby, okay? Now, I've seen that it's a new documentary coming out on New Year's about Mary Cosby, and they are calling Mary Cosby a fraud.
Yes, baby.
I'm not surprised. This is the thing for me. I don't like to deal with foolishness and stupidity. And there are just certain things that you can't convince me of, and there are just some hills I'm willing to die on. And one of them is that Mary Cosby's grandmother wanted her to marry her husband. There is no way y'all are going to convince me that that woman wanted her granddaughter to marry her motherfucking husband.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I don't give a fuck how much money she had. There is no grandmother in her right mind that would told her grandmother to fuck her man ever. Ever. And if she did, the bitch must have been suffering from dementia.
Oh, this bitch needs to be put down.
No wonder the fucking son walking around here crazy as a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
But I'm going to be watching the documentary. For me, it's not even up for debate. It's not even up for argument. I knew Mary was a fraud the first time she said that story, and everybody is believing it. And it's so funny because I've been on Twitter these last couple of days, and everybody is saying, well, Mary's not a liar, Mary's not a liar, Mary's not a liar. And I'm like, are y'all sure?
Are you sure?
Mary ain't gonna convince me. Ain't nobody gonna convince me that Mary's grandmother wanted her to be over there fucking on her husband. Nobody's gonna ever make me believe that. And speaking of Salt Lake City, I've seen a lot of things about Britney online and people in my comments and in other videos saying, fuck Jared, fuck Britney, she over 50 years old, yada, yada, yada. Y'all, the unicorn going in the water, it's not about Britney. It's the principle. And I feel like real ones understand what I'm talking about. Okay? And then you have people that were saying, you know, they would have threw the stuff in the water. Y'all would have threw the unicorn in the water because it was Britney. And I really believe that a lot of people that be on Twitter and that be in the comments, y'all ain't never really had a good ass whooping before. Because you can make the argument that Tammy from Basketball Wives, that she is a bad mother as well, right? None of her kids went to her wedding to her husband. She don't let her daughter's spouse come to the house and everything like that. And I guarantee y'all wouldn't have threw Tammy anything because Tammy's in the water over the ship.
Like what?
Like, that's the reason why.
And that's what I'm talking about. Or anybody else's. I know y'all wouldn't have threw mine. Because if you would have threw my shit, I promise to God, if somebody would have threw my stuff, if somebody would have threw my stuff, we would have had a fight right there, right in front of the below dead people. As soon as that girl bought me my stuff, I would have dropped my bags and said, Brahmin wouldn't have, the type of energy I would have been on, Brahmin wouldn't have had even admitted to me that she had threw my stuff in the water because we would have been fighting right there. I swear to God, we would have.
I would beat up my ass, I'm telling you now.
I swear to God, we would have. But the point of the matter is, if you wouldn't have did it to anybody else, if you wouldn't have did it to Tammy, you shouldn't have did it to Britney. That's the point.
Only weak bitches do that.
It's not about Britney and Jared. And yes, I think that it's weird that she got, but a unicorn, a Build-A-Bear unicorn with his voice on it saying that he loves her, but that's hers. She's able to do whatever she wants to do and have whatever she want to have. They stole that woman's property and vandalized it. It doesn't matter how we feel about her. That was that woman's stuff. Period. Okay? Now let's get over here on the Real Housewives of Potomac. We got a sneak peek to the next episode of the Real Housewives of Potomac, and then we also got the after show, so I'm going to try to talk about both, okay? Look who came crawling back to Bravo for that little bitty check, okay? None other than Monique Samuels. No. I have my favorite housewives. Y'all know I like Kenya. I like Candace. I like Gizelle. I like Dorit. I like Lisa Rinna. Erica Jane I like. Alexia. I hold them accountable.
Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
But I like them. And the thing is, I'm a person to listen. I like who I like. I like Candace. I like Kenya. You know, I like Gizelle. But if you listen to a review that I'm watching, that I'm reviewing this episode over, if they fuck up, I'm gonna call it out. If they fuck up, if I feel like somebody's moving wrong, I'm gonna call it out. I'm not going to pander for anybody or just be, team whoever I am in some bullshit. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. And I feel like I have suffered in YouTube world because I feel like a lot of people pander and they think that I'm not flip-flopping, but I'm telling you that if a person is moving wrong, they move wrong. Okay? So those are the housewives that I really like. Now, the housewives I don't really care for are like Garcelle, Julia from Miami, Garcelle, Shamia from Atlanta, Garcelle. Garcelle, okay? But there is only one housewife that I just do not like, and that is Monique Samuels.
I don't like this bitch.
And I just think that it's so crazy because when she was on the show before season 5, she was cool. I always thought that she was a liar. I always thought that she was full of shit, but she was cool, right? Take her or leave it. It really wasn't a big deal to me. But it was something during season 5 that I seen with her that I just made me not like her. I remember when it hit the blogs that Monique and Candace had got into a fight, and it was reported that Candace had threw wine on Monique, and that's why they started fighting. It wasn't hard for me to believe that she had threw wine on her, but the season prior, we saw Candace throw the knife at Ashley, and Candace was my girl, and I thought that Candace should have been fired. To me, that was too much. Everybody saying that it was a butter knife, and it was this, and it was that, and it wasn't gonna cause no harm. Baby, if I got into a fight with somebody with a knife in my hand, baby, call the paramedics. You get what I'm saying? It could have done damage, but it wasn't hard for me to believe. But when the season aired, I remember telling myself to have an open mind. And when I saw the season, the way that Monique moved before the fight, when the fight happened, and after the fight, she moved in a way that was just so distasteful, and I haven't fucked with her since.
I'm sorry. I have to be honest about it.
And I will never forgive y'all for having Monique running around there on and y'all over there deeming her the queen of reality TV. In what world? She's not even the queen of Potomac. How could she be the queen of reality TV? She wasn't the queen of Potomac. She wasn't the queen of Bravo. And so she definitely was never going to be the queen of reality TV. Anyway, Monique is back. She's going to be on the next episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. And she talked about her friendship with Ashley. They said they've been friends for almost 10 years, and there have been some lapses in their friendships, but they always made their way back. Baby, Ashley is not Monique's friend. I forget, maybe it was season 4, season 3. Monique and Ashley went out drinking. Monique got drunk. Monique tried to drive home and ran into the median like Karen.
Oh God. That's what I love.
She ended up getting back on the road. She made it home. And Ashley ran around telling people that Monique was drinking and driving. That is not a friend. That is not a friend. Now, Monique, I will say that Monique has to take responsibility for having the wrecked car in the driveway when the cameras pulled up. If I remember correctly, they was on their way to Nemacola. Was this Candace's? This is Candace's first season on the show, so it probably was season 3. But I remember the party bus ended up pulling up. Everybody met. It was Ashley's trip, and they was going to Nemacola. And everybody met at, because y'all believe that Ashley lived in condos and Monique had a house and her and Ashley was cool. So Monique let the party bus come to her house. Baby, ain't no party bus coming to my house if I was out drinking and driving with a wrecked car and a tow truck is supposed to be coming to pick up my car. We can't leave from my house. We're not leaving from my house, bitch. Let's go under the bridge with Sheila. We can go leave from Sheila's house, but we can't leave at my house. Monique, you got to take responsibility for that because I don't believe that Ashley would have told people if they not had seen the wrecked car in the driveway, girl, in the way that she did, I'm not gonna lie, she did guzzle down that bottle of Cayman, whatever it was called. She did guzzle down that bottle of liquor on the bus, though.
Drunk, huh?
Speaking of Ashley, I also remember, and this is why I say that Monique is a liar. I remember Ashley revealed at BravoCon a couple of years ago that Monique was getting ready to get a divorce from Chris, and she was the first one that ever talked about it. And so it had made headlines. She was the first person to reveal it. And then Monique came out and said that it wasn't true. And then a month later, they announced in People that Monique and Chris was getting a divorce.
Lying, trifling bitch.
So Monique is a liar. And I don't know what happened, the reason why Ashley jumped the gun. But my thing is, if I had a friend that told me something, I would never speak on it until they talked about it first. Right? And at that, Ashley was the first person who said that. She had not seen it in any publications. She had not seen it on the blogs or anything. And so for her to go run with that story, it was just like, I felt like that Ashley didn't have nothing going on and she just threw Monique them out there. I do. I'm sorry. But update on Monique. Okay. Monique claims that she has been on a spiritual healing journey.
Girl.
And the best way for her to test it out is to come back on the show. Girl, I believe in Pockets was like. I've seen an interview that Monique did. Monique said that she did sign a prenup. Remember, Monique was working as Chris's assistant before they got into a relationship and they got married. And so when she got married to Chris, she signed a prenup that Chris would pay her whatever her salary was for every year that they was married. So that was all the money that she got in the divorce, and she ended up buying a house. So the pockets are kind of tight. She said that she spent all of the money on the house. That's what she said. She said that she went on the spiritual healing journey after the fight, and she wanted to work on herself to see why she got so triggered. Baby, you were so triggered because you wanted to fight. You were so triggered because you wanted to fight. I truly believe that Monique planned that fight and she thought that she would be seen as a bad girl. She wanted it to be her claim to fame, and that's why she keep on talking about it. She threatened Robin. She's been talking about fighting since she got on the show. She threatened Gizelle, she threatened Robin, and she threatened Candace before, right? And she just chose to fight Candace because she thought it would have been an easy win. And the gag is, Monique can't even fight. Y'all swear up and down that, you know, Monique and Portia are these ass whoopers, but Monique was pulling hair and slapping Candace in the head. She did not punch Candace not one time. And the thing is, if y'all are running around thinking that Monique and Portia are ass whoopers from what we've seen on TV, baby, I know some girls that can really get down. That wasn't nothing that y'all saw. And my thing with Monique is the shit that Candace did was small. Girl, if it was anything, you should have been fighting Gizelle or Robin or Shasha. She never even threatened Shasha. When it came to Shasha, she got the running.
Better get the running, bitch.
When it came to Shasha, she got the running. But you put hands on little video Candace because you knew that would be an easy win and you wanted that bad girl Monica after you. It just, girl, please get up out of here. I'm not here for Monique. Hopefully she's not over here trying to fight Stacy over Chris because she didn't want Chris no way. And maybe she made some jokes and threw some shade already at Chris, saying since her divorce, she was 300 pounds lighter.
Like it got really.
Meaning, you know, I got 300 pounds off me, like carrying big boy around. Chris. Girl, you was homeless living in a Durango when you met the man. And why would you even say that? Because you have children. And the thing with Monique is she'll get the plan in your face. And that's another thing that I don't like about her. She'll get to plan in your face. You'll understand what she's saying and she'll try to tell you that's not what it was. Like, for instance, after she got into the fight with Candace, she was saying that she came out with a song called Drag Queens, right? Because Candace was a pageant girl, right? So Queen, and she dragged Candace, dragged me, Monique, dragged me. So she came out with a song called Drag Queens, but it wasn't about Candace.
Girl, stop.
Girl, I can't take it, girl. Listen, if y'all want to be here with her spiritual journey, y'all go ahead at it, girl. I can't take it.
You can kiss it. And anybody else that go along with you on your fake, phony ass spiritual journey can kiss it too.
Now, let's talk about the after show real quick. I miss the good old days when we had an hour episode. Someone from the show may go and watch What Happens Live, and then we get a reunion, right? I think the after show is only needed if the season is good because my attention span is short. I can't take too many hour and 15-minute episodes. Then listen, we got that. Then we got to watch What Happens Live, right? Then we got the show, an hour and 15 minutes. Watch What Happens Live. Then we got 2 episodes of the after show. You get what I'm saying? It's becoming too much. But this season of Real Housewives of Potomac is really, really good.
Come on, give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
can't lie. It's really, really good. They haven't mentioned Karen's name in a couple of episodes. I don't think that she should be worried. I think that Karen's spot is secure, but this season really has been good. Okay. Now on the after show, all of the women are there, including the friends of the show. So including Monique and Jossie. Now I do wonder if the after show was shot before or after Wendy's arrest, because I think it was last week or maybe the week before that we found out the pairings. And so it would be, it's interesting to see. I just want to know if the after show was shot before or after Wendy's arrest. When we gotta talk about the fashions. We gotta talk about the fashions. If I had to pick my top three, it was really my top two. Okay, let me see. It was really, if I had to pick my top three, it would be Wendy, then Kiana, and then Ashley. Okay? Wendy looked flawless. Wendy looked good. Okay? Kiana looked cute too. Kiana looked good. Ashley looked cute. Her outfit was cute. Ashley's outfit was cute, but the hair color kind of washes her out. You know what I'm saying? I think that she probably needs to go darker or she probably needs to go lighter, but the hair color, it kind of washes her out. Everybody's saying that Ashley has been stepping it up. I guess you can say that. I think that she's been wearing more designer since the divorce settlement, but to me, that doesn't necessarily mean that she is stepping it up. We're starting to see her in more designer. I think in the confessional, she's giving faux money, like Monopoly money. You get what I'm saying? She's giving, like she's playing dress up, but she doesn't really give me dressing, if that makes sense. Some of her confessionals look good, but it's giving Monopoly money. I feel like that she got a budget now for fashion, is what I'm saying, and she's playing dress up, is what it looks like to me. But she does look good in the after show. I just wish the hair was a little darker. Gizelle looked a mess.
Hated it.
Tia, boring. I really think that Stacy looked good and Angel looked good, but Jazzy, Tia, and Gizelle looked. It wasn't working for me. It wasn't hitting for me. It really wasn't. Okay. So Jazzy is there. Jazzy is there. Okay. Jazzy is so thirsty. Now she got married and they started talking about kids and she was saying that she might be pregnant. So someone in production went and got a pregnancy test and she took it. And so she went and got her phone, I guess, to call Darius and tell Darius, but she said that he was at practice, which is pretty much like a game for him because, he only a practice player anyway.
Oh, yes. Be very clear.
I don't know. I don't think that I would have gave Bravo something like that. To me, it just tells you where a person's mind is at. That Jazzy would take a pregnancy test for Bravo cameras and share that moment of her first child for Bravo or in front of Bravo cameras, and she's only a friend of the show. Instead of sharing that special moment in the presence of your partner or your husband, because that is a special moment. Well, I guess it ain't too special to him. He already got 2 kids.
Yes.
No shade.
So I don't know. Then let's talk about Stacy. Stacy said that she hadn't even been introduced to Tia, and Tia was already coming on her live. Okay? And so Tia admitted in the after show that Gizelle had told her so much about Stacy, and she wanted to see if her look gave off flyer.
What kind of bullshit is that?
I think that is so funny because in my reviews before, and I like Tia, but in my reviews before, I said that Tia is skating through the season. And the reason why she is skating is because she came through Jane Tucson. Through Big Sister Gizelle. That's how she came. That's how she was introduced to us on the show. And that's why she has been skating through. Now, this year, we have 2 new flute holders with Tia and Angel. But if you put them on paper, you would think that Angel will be the one that will be skating through. Because, we know how reality shows work now. And so Gizelle don't really know Tia like that, right? Whereas Angel, she's had a friendship with Kay of 18 years. And her and Wendy both are alums of Temple University. However, those connections that Angel has with Wendy and Kiana seem to work against her, right? You got Kiana going around telling people that she was chin checked, and then Wendy going around telling people that she didn't graduate. And I think that really says a lot about Wendy's and Kiana's character, that Gizelle can bring somebody on the show and not really have a connection with them, and she could just pretty much skate through. But the girl who has connections through, and I'm not saying that Wendy owes her nothing, but to have something in common with somebody like going to the same college, you would think that they would be more welcoming to you, right? And to share a similar background with Gizelle has no type of background with Tia, that y'all would do this to a girl that is connected to y'all and not have no smoke for Tia is crazy to me.
Whack bitch.
And I'll die on that hill by myself. I would never do a friend like that on the show. Or somebody that went to college with me. It's for me, like if I go to work, if I'm at work in LA and I meet somebody with Houston, I'm going to try to connect with them. If I'm at a job or whatever and I'm the only I'm a black person, there's only one other black person or a new black person is coming into the company, I'm going to try to welcome that black person and show them the ropes, right? Or somebody that went to the same college as me, that's something that somebody has a similar background to me. I will try to welcome them. And I'm not saying that Wendy owes her anything, but I'm just saying it goes to show that there is something with Wendy and the way that she treats people she did it with NECA and Lebe, even though we saw Lebe at her baby shower, right? She swear that Lebe was this and Lebe was that. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I think that it is something more in Wendy's background. I just thought that Wendy and Kiana would embrace or give grace to a girl who had similar backgrounds or a connection with them when the cameras start rolling, especially Wendy. Because when Wendy joined the show, she was welcomed by Gizelle.
Yes. It had nothing to do with how bad it makes me look. It had everything to do with the fact that
who is a fellow AKA, right? Wendy welcomed Gizelle on the show. They did not fall out until Wendy's second season after she got her body done and Gizelle and Robin tried to attack her marriage by saying that Eddie was following all of these booty models. That's when they fell out. And that's when Wendy said, remember she told Gizelle, I see you for everything that everybody said that you were. Because at first she was welcomed by Gizelle and then she felt like Gizelle turned on her. Karen was the one who didn't welcome Wendy her first season on the show, but Gizelle initially did. Wendy was at Gizelle's birthday dinners and everything. Wendy said on the after show that Angel and her husband came over to her house with one of their children, and Angel said that the conversation that they had was one of the realest conversations that they had. And so Wendy was saying that she was surprised that Angel flipped on her. But Wendy, you started that.
you did.
Wendy started that. I feel like people don't want to hold Wendy accountable. Wendy can literally commit fraud, and y'all will make her the victim. The truth of the matter is that Wendy backdoored Gizelle in the chin check conversation of being in Gizelle's good graces. She did. When they were shopping, Gizelle had already mention that when all of the ladies got together again, she was going to bring up the chin check and come in, right? So it was no need for Wendy to backdoor Gizelle in trying to call out Angel's energy changing. So when she did it, what was Angel supposed to do?
Since you got your degree and you know every fucking thing.
What was Angel supposed to do? Be happy about Wendy calling her out? Is she not allowed to be upset with Wendy because Wendy is dark skinned? Wendy is the one who actually flipped on Angel. And the sad part is, Kay and Angel were actually beefing. The only reason why the chin check conversation came up is because Angel was defending Wendy. It makes sense. Wendy always tried to play this, oh, you don't have the energy towards them, and you don't have the energy towards that person. She wouldn't have the energy towards Gizelle because Gizelle is the one who came and told Angel that Kiana said chin checking in the first place. So the conversation or the disagreement or the he say, she say was between Gizelle, Kiana, and Angel on who said what. Wendy didn't have to get into the conversation. She didn't have to add her 2 cents in. And I feel like that Wendy is paying instead of embracing a girl who has a similar background to her, I feel like Wendy is paying real close attention to anything that Angel does and trying to call it out. Just like when Wendy was trying to make it seem like that Angel was being shady when she said that her husband was a starter for 10 years. Like that's not true. She was not being shady. You just looking for shit to say. And you better believe that she went back and told Gizelle that the girl was being shady towards Jazzy, which is why Jazzy put 20 on 10 when she said, oh, she didn't want you to come. She's paying close attention to what anything Angel do. Just like the comment about the shrinky hair snaggle tooth comment. Well, what was you talking about? What was you talking about? Wendy is reaching and paying extra close attention to the girl.
Somebody get this bitch off me.
So in my opinion, Wendy started this beef with Angel. Wendy started it with Angel. And it really makes you question, why is Wendy being so nasty to people who have similar backgrounds? Like Lebe, Nneka knew Lebe, and Wendy all of a sudden don't know Nneka, and she don't know Lebe. Lebe was all at the baby shower. You know what I'm saying? It's way too much going on. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all believe that Mary's grandmother wanted her to marry her husband? And do y'all think that Angel started with Wendy or Wendy started with Angel? I'm confused. And I'll die on that hill. All right. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, and I'll see y'all later. Adios.